Welcome on my film feature outlaws. It's our 50th episode today, and I had a special intro planned for all of us, but unfortunately, I dropped my remote that had, Yu-Gi-Oh set to it, and well, it kind of hit another button and I can't get back to it. So unless I can get Yu-Gi-Oh back up on my channel, I won't be able to review the show for you guys anymore, and I can't have that. So I got that new app on my phone that is just called The Remote. And apparently it changes all the channels on your normal TV. That's definitely a thing that exists. So I figured I'm going to give that new app a try, see if we can get the channel back up on our TV and get back to the review show that we all enjoy. So let's give it a shot. No.
That allow us with a relatively
God, no.
small set of...
No. 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 No.
The most beautiful thing I have seen in my entire life. Hey, how'd you get in here? Get out!
Gonna have to remember that button. Hand over your most prized possession to a total stranger, all my fellow and future outlaws. This is Card Games vs. Humanity, and I am that NAKAK-double-G. Here with your 50th episode of that recap you ever wondered how you lived without. Will I make money off of this someday? Maybe. But as per usual, don't forget that sub and that bell, hit up that like, hit up that Patreon if you want to help me out. Leave a comment telling me if you've ever been caught talking romantically to one of your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards before. But enough about that, let's head back to our episode, shall we? One that begins with Grandpa exactly where he belongs, sweeping the entire side of the sidewalk. He's interrupted by Taya, who's here arriving to pick up Yugi for their morning quickie disguised as schoolwork. Grandpa just looks at her and says he's currently upstairs talking to himself.
This new chain ought to keep my Millennium Puzzle safe. Seems like everyone wants their hands on it lately.
What are you talking about? No one but Pegasus has even remotely made an attempt on it. Yugi comes down the stairs and tells his future wife that he was busy talking to his current boyfriend, as his BF feels like fate still has much left in store for him. I mean, we're only on episode 50 after all.
We're gonna be late for the big game. What took you so long?
What game? Yugi doesn't like sports.
You don't really care much about sports, do you?
Called it. A not at all suspicious looking fortune teller appears on the side of the street next to this random storage building, asking Yugi of all people if he wants to know his future, of course. Unfortunately, Yugi is an avid believer in astrology and immediately enticed by the offer. The mysterious man says he needs a personal item from Yugi to be able to see into his future. A not at all suspicious line from a man you just met, so let's hand over our puzzle and see what happens. Oh no, I handed him my puzzle and he ran away with it. How could I have seen this coming? I guess I better take off after a grown man in a black robe with absolutely no friends or weapons to help me.
I can't believe I handed him my puzzle!
You know you're a fucking idiot when even the writers are making fun of you. Yugi follows these arrows that are hung up on the buildings like a new generation game that holds your hand as you play, before we catch Taya running off in a random direction for some reason. He magically runs into Bakura, who agrees to help after finding out what happened to Yugi. Everyone's wondering where Yugi is. I'm just wondering how the hell he got back home. Bakura does a dramatic turnaround, revealing evil Bakura, because I don't think he has an official name yet. Let's just ignore the fact that he then took about 44 seconds to monologue to himself while no one else was listening. Bakura finds the path with the arrows that Yugi went down pretty much instantly, messing with all the arrows that were laid about to confuse Yugi's friends like some troll message in Elden Ring.
Where are you hiding?
Yeah, where could he be, I wonder? I mean, there's this giant warehouse with, an arrow on the gate pointing inside, but I just, golly gee, wonder where he could be. Our hero heads inside only to be bombarded by a dark and mysterious voice that claims they have to duel for his puzzle. Pay no attention to this dueling arena that I already have stashed in this warehouse. Yes, of course, everyone already owns one of these, even though it's only been about 2 weeks after Duelist Kingdom. There seems to be a puppet master with a Millennium item controlling this robed creature in an effort to defeat Yugi. He really wants the power for himself, but according to the rules, it has to be won in a duel or it doesn't count. Man, that whole honor thing just kind of screws all the villains in this series, doesn't it? Yugi Moto, a loving friend, a fierce duelist, and most importantly, a man of willpower.
I won't duel you for my Millennium Puzzle! It's in my possession now! Then I accept your challenge!
I'm not gonna duel you for something that's already mine. Yeah, but I already took it. Well played, sir. I will fight you post-haste. Yugi is very scared because he can barely feel the connection to the spirit of the Millennium Puzzle, despite the fact that it's maybe a few feet away. Not exactly a strong connection, huh? Yami, or so he's called, warns Yugi to be careful because he senses a dark spirit coming from the other man, before fading off into the distance like the ending of a bad 80s glam metal song. Our final duel with 2,000 life points, thank frickin' God, begins with just Yugi by himself, no friends or spirit to help him. Can you guess what monster he plays first? Yup, It's Zelda. The mysterious man sets a monster face down in defense mode, to which Yugi calls him a little bitch instantly before attacking right away with Ocarina of Time. The face down monster is revealed to be the sexiest thing I've ever seen, the one, the only Cyberjar. Destroying all monsters on the field and letting both players draw 5 cards, and somehow Yugi only sets down one monster face down despite having like 11 cards in his hand right now. Luckily for the mystery man, he sets down Mechanical Chaser and Ground Attack Burgoth, giving him a nice advantage in tempo.
More machine cards!
Yugi, Cyberjar is a rock type? Trust me, I frickin' know. Apparently 1 rock monster and 2 machine monsters is all it takes for Yugi to deduce that this is actually Bandit Keith, who somehow survived a 500-foot fall into the ocean and then was discovered by this band of pirates who wear dark robes in the hot burning sun. Probably would have just taken my chances in the ocean, honestly. Conveniently, Bandit Keith was the one to lead him to Yugi. Yes, he needed Bandit Keith to do it. Not a single other more famous person on the planet has any affiliation with him whatsoever. No worldwide broadcast during Duelist Kingdom. Nope, Keith was the key to everything. Summoning the Machine King, its attack is raised to 2500 before destroying Silverfang easily. Yugi takes Joey's strategy for a test drive, just summoning another monster in defense mode before it's quickly destroyed on Keith's next turn. How can Yugi win without his dear friends or the spirit of the puzzle, which appears to be about 2 feet away from him now? How can Yugi's friends convince this gym teacher who's wearing a pink sweater for some reason to let them skip out of the school that they never attend anyways? Oh, I know, let's just lie.
It wasn't cool to mislead Coach Morty.
Who the hell has a last name named Morty? Yugi goes into fierce mode, bringing out the Cursed Dragon and Gaia to combine them with polymerization, destroying the Mechanical Chaser that he never pulled from his tournament pack, with Gaia the Dragon Champion and inflicting 750 damage to Bandit Keith's life point. The Puppet Master is impressed, forcing him to use actual strategy and switching his other weaker monsters to defense mode before activating Machine Conversion Factory, raising Machine King's attack points to 2800 and destroying Gaia the Dragon Champion with ease. Yugi is very scared and does not know what to do. Oh wait, never mind. He found the cheater button, activating Makio the Magical Mist, a magic card that can negate monster effects, protect from monster attacks, and now cause machines to rust up, lowering their attack point. But don't worry, I have a personal message from Konami here to all the fans who are wondering what this card actually does.
Fuck you.
Yugi summons the sexy-ass skull, getting a 750 attack point boost instead of 1000 like last time from the rain that has rusted away these monsters, allowing him to wipe the Machine King off the map. The Puppet Master is impressed by the boy's skills even without the puzzle, but knows that he only has 1 duel left in this series with no actual rules, so it's time to cheat. Activating the already OP Graceful Charity, he draws 3 cards with no mention of discarding, mind you, using this weird overly complicated card placement thingy to stack 3 cards on the top of his deck. Yugimoto finally gets a taste of what it's like when his opponent is the one that has the perfect card in their hand already.
You also need to have the right monster card in your hand, and what are the odds of that? Oh, no way!
Yeah, it doesn't feel so great, does it? Puppet Master Bandit Keith brings out Zera the Man, one of the strongest monsters in the entire game with 2800 attack, no effect, and no protection. Back to Bakura, who's finally at the warehouse. He senses a dark spirit inside along with Yugi's puzzle, which basically means that it took longer for him to go from the arrows to the warehouse than it took for Taya to go to the school, get Joey and Tristan, and come back. Like, how much time did he spend just switching those arrows around? The episode ends with the mysterious Puppet Master monologuing for about 2 minutes straight. Seriously, they could have just cut this out. Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and of course, shout out to all my patrons. I want to thank you all for the support over these last 50 episodes, and I genuinely look forward to bringing you all more laughs in the future. Hopefully someday I'll get paid for it too. That'd be cool. This has been the man from Earth with all the girth, ladies and gentlemen. Be the character you know you're worth. Oh, and by the way, Ruxin, don't worry. Your secret's safe with me. Later. There seems to be a puppet master controlling this robed creature in an effort to... The puppet boy isn't... The puppet boy, Jesus Christ. The mysterious man throws a monster in defense mode, to which Yugi calls him a little bitch, instantly attacking with Ocarina of a Time. Ocarina of a Time? Good God, I was so close too. Shut up.